I call this meeting to believe we have a quorum, and
We do. Yep.
it is 6:30 p.m. And I call this meeting of the Charlton Water and Sewer Commission to order. The first item on the list is the Commissioner's Public Forum. Is there anybody who on this call who wants to discuss something that is not already on the agenda? Hearing none, we'll move on to minutes and warrants. Mr. Asenso, do you have a motion to approve the meeting minutes?
Yes. So, okay, let me start with the minutes. Bear with me. All right, start with the warrants first. I make a motion to accept the warrants to total the amount of 100,777 882.54. Is that? Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the
Yep.
correct amount. Yep.
Second.
I second.
All right, that's me. Roll call vote. Mr. Asenso,
Aye.
Mr. Groton,
Aye.
Mr. Thomas Coleman, Mr. Robert Coleman.
Aye.
Okay.
And I make a motion to accept the minutes dated July 1st.
Nope. June 3rd.
Oh, June 3rd, sorry. 2026.
I second.
Great. All right, Mr. Asenso.
Aye.
Mr.
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Groton,
Aye.
Mr. Coleman, I'm
Aye.
sorry, Mr. Thomas Coleman and Mr. Robert Coleman.
Aye.
Great. All right, next up is Shane for representing Veolia.
Good evening. First, I'll introduce myself. My name is Shane Moody. I am the project manager in Sturbridge. I am also now the interim project manager for the Charlton project moving forward, and I don't see that changing anytime soon. So I've been involved in the project over the past couple of years in between managers, Dennis, Ross, Vinny. So now I'm the manager, and I'll be the one taking this project forward. I know there wasn't a lot in the MOR because I'm still trying to grasp my hands around things. But we do have a grade 7 on site daily, working with the current employee, and we'll continue to do so on a daily basis, including weekends. I have an interview for a new staff member this week, which I'll probably be adding. I almost hired him for Sturbridge, but I had a better candidate, so I'll be adding some more staff down there. In my next report, there'll be a lot more information as we've made some improvements, especially to pump stations and some of the process, and trying to get generators upgraded too. So we're making a lot of process there. I guess the only other thing I want this board to know is
This one?
coming in from another project.
How can I
and
vote?
being-
So can I get rid of this here now? Why don't I hear anybody else?
Paul?
We're here, Paul.
Oh, okay, we're good. All right, thank you. Let me know what time tomorrow.
3:00.
Okay.
Welcome back, Paul.
Yeah, thank you. I couldn't get on. I had to get a little help from my daughter.
All right. Right, Shane was speaking. So the only thing I wanted to add is I've been with Veolia for 27 years. I've been in Sturbridge for 20, and coming into the project and seeing the condition it's in it's embarrassing, to be quite honest, and that's not the way Veolia conducts business. So with that said, I'd like to invite each and every board member to the Sturbridge project to see how things are done, how things are done the right way. I've also talked to the Sturbridge client who is open to any one of you contacting them to see how things can be done and how we do things differently than what's been done in Charlton. And you have my email address, my phone number. You can contact me anytime. And that's really all I have for the meeting tonight. And if there's any questions, I'll be happy to answer them.
Thank you, Shane.
Shane, is Zach still involved?
So Zach Donahue is actually now the vice president. And so, yes, he'll be involved. He's actually my boss now, which is ironic, seeing how I hired Zach and brought him into the company. He's worked his way up. So me and Zach have a great relationship. Zach's got a lot of knowledge with Charlton, and so he'll be involved along with me the rest of the way through.
Okay, thank you.
All right, is there any further discussion on this topic? Hearing none, we begin the schedule appointment. There's a scheduled appointment for 6:40 for the 6 City Depot Road water privilege fee. But that's 3 minutes away, so perhaps we could discuss, I believe it's time to discuss the fiscal year 2027 senior year abatements.
So part of your packet was the FY 27 senior abatements, which will affect from July 1 to June 30th of next year. So I just need a motion to approve. Everybody met the requirements, fill out the application, and are in good standing. So I'm just looking for a motion to approve the FY 27 senior abatements. There's no dollar amount. What this is doing is authorizing them to receive the abatement.
I move to approve the abatements as listed.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, roll call vote. Mr. Senso,
Aye.
Mr. Groton,
Aye.
Mr. Thomas Coleman,
Aye.
Mr. Robert Coleman,
Aye.
and Mr. Gagner.
Aye.
Awesome, great, thank you.
All right, still a little before 6:40, so and now for the business of chapter 61B off Gold Road, 10-B-2.7, the 10-B-2.6, and 10-B-2.8.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we recommend to the Board of Selectmen that the Water and Sewer Commission does not wish to exercise their right of first refusal on this property, on these properties. I think there's more than one.
Yes.
I second that.
Who was second?
Aye.
I think
Who, I'm sorry.
Tom Coleman seconded
Great,
that.
thank you.
Okay.
All right, Mr. Senso, roll call vote.
Aye.
Mr. Groton,
aye.
Mr. Thomas Coleman,
Aye.
Mr. Robert Coleman,
Aye.
Mr. Gagner.
Aye.
Great.
Boy, the way this is going, we could be out of here in record time.
Yes, indeed.
Don't jinx it.
All right, Vinny, you want to do the next one real quick, the 199 Sunset?
Yeah, so 199 Sunset had a faulty water meter, and we changed their account to a flat rate, which was a substantial jump for their normal billing. And honestly, they don't use the water that the flat rate would cover, so they're looking for an abatement for that bill. And I would recommend the board should consider them for abatement.
Are you planning to
The meter's been repaired.
use,
Oh,
what's that?
The
Meter's been repaired.
meter has been repaired.
So is there, gonna give an estimated usage bill or wipe out the entire bill?
I would just give them what they've previously received. I mean, they should have some bill.
Is that in here someplace? I'm
Yes, that
scrolling
was,
through.
yeah, that was part of the packet, their history.
Yep. So what's the recommended new bill and what was the old bill? Oh, the old bill was 233.49. And you want to abate that back to 32?
Does the new and then fixed meter account for all of the water that they've used over the years?
I believe they have a brand new meter at that address, so it will not account for anything that was missed, but it will capture everything going forward.
And when was it installed?
I don't have the dates in front of me.
I know the MXU was installed yesterday.
Yeah,
So would it be reasonable to say that abating it down to their old rate would be a fair equivalent to what we would have expected them to use, or at least the best estimate that we can come up with?
correct.
But so that bill was through May 15th. This is mid-July. So there'll be another estimated,
But it won't be a
mean-
flat rate bill.
right. I'm just saying that if
Yeah.
if we move it down to $32 and then the next one starts where their usage starts in mid-July, we're missing, almost 2 months of
Oh, no, we just read meters this week. They'll be right on the money.
oh, okay, so the bill they're looking to get abated brought them through May 15th. There's another bill that when's the next bill going out after May 15th?
The next bills will be going out in August and will be covering, so April, May, and June.
So the bill that, this commitment report says that a bill,
Yes,
Well,
the
bill
commitment
was
went
for
out in
May.
May. It
That was
went
the
out in
first
May, but-
quarter bill.
but it covered services for January, February, and March.
oh, okay. So this is January, February, March bill. There's another bill that's going out for April, May, and June, where they didn't have a meter as well.
Correct.
Correct.
And then starting now, it's red. So we really have to talk about what do we invoice them for April, May, and June, and what do we invoice them for, what do we change this bill? January,
Correct.
February, March, right?
Yeah, so 2 quarters.
I move that we make those 2 invoices, $32, and then the current billing period started yesterday, I guess. Or at the beginning of this month.
Just so we don't miss any pay periods, correct?
Right.
Okay,
Okay,
I'll second that.
to recap, you want to abate the 233.49 down to $32.
Yep.
And then when the reads are done, just give them the minimum of 32 as well?
Yeah, what I understand is, a reading was just done. But the MXU was just installed, so there's no usage on it. And there's a 3-month period where there's an additional 3-month period after this last bill that has no meter usage associated with it.
Correct.
Okay. So I got a motion and a second, roll call vote, Mr. Asenso,
You're on mute, sir.
Aye.
Okay, Mr. Bratton,
Aye.
Mr. Thomas Coleman,
Aye.
Mr. Robert Coleman,
Aye.
Mr. Gagner.
Aye.
Awesome. Okay, so now let's go to our 6:40 appointment.
And so we will now discuss the 6 City Depot Road water privilege fee.
Do you want me to take the lead here? And then
Yes.
Nick can follow up?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm Kurt Meskis. I'm the building commissioner for the town of Charlton. the town of Charlton, through its fire department and building department, has been involved in a long-term compliance issue with the mill for fire protection, maintenance, and all sorts of other things. We are currently under a court order initiated by the town of Charlton to bring the building into compliance. And as part of that process, the owner, Mr. Gaudet, or it's a LLC trust, is in the process of selling the building to another person, Mr. Sean Bush. And they want to connect to the municipal water line for both fire protection and domestic water. Considerable work was done last construction season in fixing the line from Brookfield Road to the laundromat. And my understanding that that's all been leak tested and approved. The issue is that the privilege fee has not been paid to allow permission to put the pipe in the ground. I would like to ask the commission to allow the pipe to be put in the ground so we can mitigate this hazard and get this building taken care of, while reserving turning the water on until the betterment issue or privilege fee issue is resolved. And the urgency in this is, as Mr. Peel will testify, is that MassDOT is going to do a paving project on City Depot Road. So I'll let Mr. Peel discuss that.
All right. Good evening, Nick Peel, Charlton Highway. As Kurt said, Mass DOT has granted the town of Charlton a municipal paving grant for City Depot Road and New Spencer Road, otherwise known as Route 31 on the northern section of Charlton. Just today, I received an updated timeline, which was very vague up until today, and now it seems to be moving rather quickly. They're talking about next week coming in and doing some preliminary coring, as well as some filtration socks and wattles to protect some resource areas. And then the week after that, being July 19th, they're hoping to move in and start with their milling process, starting down by the mill section towards towards Brookfield Road. And let's see, it's consisting of a mill and pave 2-inch with a super surface on top from roughly number 6 City Depot out to the railroad bridge on New Spencer. And then they're doing another application of Colden Place with a hot mix overlay from the railroad bridge out to the town line. And this work is supposed to be about a 4-week duration. And I'm hoping that we can get these tie-ins and road work done within that time frame. I know it's a rather large ask, and I wasn't expecting it to be this fast of a turnover, but here we are. It's a DOT project, and I'm not putting the brakes on it if they're going to resurface 4 miles of roadway.
So I've
Is there,
spoken with Mr. Bush about this property. And I've also spoken with the assessor's office about financing the project, the betterment for it. And Mr. Bush would be okay with moving forward quickly if the assessors would let him pay that betterment over a term.
and as the assessor said, looked at it and said they can or can't?
The assessor said they can finance it over a term. We didn't go into details of how long the term would be, but that is something they're willing to do for us.
So Vinny, has the owner or somebody that represents the owner come in to ask for a tie-in permission or anything like that, or contractor?
I did not speak with the current owner. I spoke with the man who's purchasing the property, who's Mr. Sean Bush. And the contractor that's done the work out there is Steven Soper. And he reached out to me and told me that was the best contact for that property. So,
Is it possible that we can authorize the installation of the pipe across the property line? And then wait until we get some kind of a request authorization from the owner? You know, I hate to say, yeah, go ahead, move forward, and then we're gonna, you know, do this assessment and not have the owner like formally, you know, request this or approve it. Like, is getting it off the property good enough for now and then resolve the other issues later?
yeah, I mean, whatever you guys want to recommend, we can work with.
Is that good enough for the highway department and the building inspector?
That is my wish. If we could get it out of the roadway onto the property, they can make their connections anytime down the road. I'm just trying to avoid opening a brand new road. I know this is all pending issues, which is, you know, going to happen in the near future.
If I could, through the chair, this is Chris McClure.
You may say whatever you have to say.
Okay, I just want to make sure everyone is aware of that water line. Any connections to that water line needs to get approved through, you know, due to the IMA agreement through the Southbridge Water Department and DPW. So the connection needs to be approved through, you know, through both parties. So if this individual is looking to do that, we need to get a connection request with the specifications and the details as soon as possible, because that potentially could be a holdup as well. I don't know if that side of the equation has been vetted yet.
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
so it is my understanding, and I've talked to Steve Blanchard and Steve Gregoire over in Southbridge, and this work was started to be permitted last year, and I have email correspondence with Mr. Gregoire that he's aware and had approved the connection request. Now, if Charlton doesn't have that paperwork, I'd certainly try and facilitate getting that to them, to Charlton, to make sure that we can get this along.
Yeah, I'm in favor of approving it, especially if it's just getting it off the road. And I just think that like the formal procedure of the application seems like it's missing. So Vinny, do you need a motion from the board to move that along? Is this something that has to come to the board for approval, or is this something that?
I think this should come to the board for approval. It's a large connection. It's not just a residential one. So yeah, you guys should vote to approve it.
Can you want us to vote to approve it before an application has been submitted? Or I don't think we have time to wait a month.
I don't think we have time to wait either. We should vote to approve it contingent upon them filling out the proper paperwork.
All right, I'll move that we authorize its approval pursuant to your judgment that it's appropriate.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion?
You okay with that, Vinny?
Yes.
What about Kurt and Nick? You guys good?
Yes, this is what we hope the board approves this work to get done so that we don't have to burden the applicant with cutting up a brand new road, which would be certainly more costly and detrimental to the new road surface that, you know, the state is graciously going to put in for us.
Is the property essentially across the street in the same
No,
position?
his is actually in his parking lot already.
Okay,
But this is just to the property line, and then when they decide to pay the fee, then they can hook up to it, correct?
Yeah, our request
my
is just to
understanding.
get it beyond the road.
On
length.
the road, okay.
I
Actually,
appreciate that.
can we back up just a little bit on this? And I was looking for approval to have the assessor's office finance this privilege fee. So if we can approve the financing of that privilege fee also tonight, then the property owner, well, the man purchasing it will go ahead and pay for everything right up front as far as construction goes.
I amend my motion to include Vinnie asking the assessors to authorize the financing of the privilege fee for that property.
Okay, I'll second that.
Are we putting any term limit on this financing? I mean, it could be up to 20 years or just 5 years or what?
Paul, what will happen is the assessors will reach out to the owner, and that person or the owner chooses how long they want to assess it out.
Okay.
Up to 20 years, I understand.
Yes.
So does the financing for a longer period of time imply that we are simply going to get more interest, assuming it gets paid off? So it would presumably be a good investment, provided that there isn't a large amount of inflation, or would we prefer a quicker term?
I think it's a zero. My understanding is it's a zero interest loan.
I think it's just to make it affordable for the person doing the connection.
Well, in that case, I suppose we should probably place some limit on it.
Yeah, I agree. Why should we eat the inflation? I mean, who's eating in the inflation? The assessor's office or the Water and Sewer Commission? Is anyone from the assessor's office here?
No, they're not.
So we're going to approve this without them actually having an application to file a connection, because he does not own the building yet, correct?
I
Correct.
believe Mr. Soper applied for a connection
You have that, Vinny?
last year and got cut off by the winter weather. Mr. Peel issued a road opening permit after Thanksgiving of last year. And there were some miscommunications about the appropriate privilege fee that was assessed by a previous employee of your department. And it came to light that that privilege fee had been inaccurately assessed. Winter came along and the new privilege fee has been assessed. And that's where we're at right now.
I got it. Okay. I mean, if we can put the assessor's office is the people that put the limit on the amount of the loan, correct? Is that correct, Sue?
Yes. Well, they give the property owner options.
And this is done regularly?
It has been done in the past, for sewer connections. It hasn't, well, it happened when I was there. Yes.
Okay. But we're going to be made whole on the mistake made previously.
Yes, I believe so.
I guess I'm okay with it, and I will stay with my second on Eric's motion.
So we've got to vote on the amendment and then vote on the motion.
Okay.
Repeat that again, Eric?
We've got to vote on the amendment first to allow, the assessor to do it, and then vote on the motion to give Vinnie the authority to approve the tie-in permit when it comes in.
All right. So roll call vote, starting with Vinnie's portion, Mr. Senso,
Aye.
Mr. Groton,
Aye.
Mr. Thomas Coleman,
Aye.
Mr. Robert Coleman,
Aye.
Mr. Gagner.
Aye.
And then on the amendment to include the authorization for financing the privilege fee. We have a motion and a second. Roll call vote, Mr. Asenso,
Aye.
Mr. Groton,
Aye.
Mr. Thomas Coleman,
Aye.
Mr. Robert Coleman,
Aye.
Mr. Gagner.
Aye.
Thank you all very much.
Thank you guys for
Thank
coming.
you, Curtis.
Okay.
Thank you, Harold.
Thank you for your consideration. Have a good night.
I'll be
Is-
listening for the rest of the meeting, but I'm gonna mute myself, so.
Oh, too bad.
Is there an issue if we technically voted on the amendment after we voted on the motion?
No,
I don't
not
think
from, not with me.
So the next item is the departmental staffing update.
All right, just, we're looking for. Okay, with the departure of the executive assistant, it is recommended that the commission motion to approve the posting of the position with a title change of water sewer administrative coordinator. With this title change, we are hoping to draw a varied pool of applicants. So I'm looking for a motion to post the position.
So moved.
Second,
Second.
Yeah.
okay, roll call vote, Mr. Senso,
Aye.
Mr. Groton,
Aye.
Mr. Coleman,
Aye.
Thomas Coleman, Mr. Robert Coleman,
Aye.
Mr. Gagner.
Aye.
Awesome, thank you. Okay, so next on the agenda, I believe there's a representative here for the Griffin Road Water Main Extension.
Yes, I'm here.
So this was carried forward from the June meeting.
Do you need me to go into detail or?
May
I could just
speak.
ask, well, Paul was not here. Paul, do you want,
Where did
You want-
Paul go? Oh,
Yeah.
there you- okay, my screen got smaller. Everybody
you
left.
want some background on this issue, Paul?
A little bit would help, sure.
So PCK Realty owns all the land on Griffin Road, where Excel Scrapyard used to be. And when they left, we had a lot of PFAS and problems with the water on the road. So for the last 5+ years, we've had to get multiple tests, and we pay the DEP multiple times a year to run all these tests. And the only way that we will be free from them, in a sense, is to run a water line from the bottom of Griffin Road and connect every house and business on Griffin Road. That way they won't come for us and have to test anything anymore. And we have signed letters from every homeowner and business on the road to already approve that.
Mr. Chairman, could I ask Chris McClure to just speak on this issue? Because when I talked to him over the last month, he said that it has historically been the policy of the Water and Sewer Commission to waive tie-in fees when private enterprises are extending the water line at their own cost.
Yes.
Hello, yes. So just to add to that, obviously this extension and I believe the commission has a copy of the extension. It has been through both approvals through the Southbridge Water Department. And the Department of Environmental Protection has looked at it as well. So there's no additional permitting that needs to be done there. As far as that extension, it would be a water line that is paid for by a private entity, and that water line, once that infrastructure is in, it's basically given to the town as infrastructure. So that becomes part of the town's water system. So what has happened in the past is that, given the fact that the private entity is extending, this water service, there has been, the betterment charges for those properties have not been assessed because this individual owner is footing the whole bill and then turning that water system over to the town.
So
In-
there have been instances where this has happened before. Do you know that?
Yes. Charlie Crossing Road, Charlie Crossing is one of them. When that was extended, the water lines extended from H. Putnam Road extension down past Rain for Rent into the St. Vincent's facility there, and Berry Corner Road was another extension that was put in by both the that was a town entity that the state funded, and none of those individuals on Berry Corner or any of those houses up on that road were charged a privilege fee on that as well. So, but I'd say Charlie Crossing is it would be one of the most pertinent or closely related to this one.
Is the company that puts in the pipe for the town putting in the pipe up on Griffin Road?
There are always different contractors.
Yes,
They are?
exactly.
Okay.
I believe Larry got a quote and he's gonna use ML Partlow out of Sturbridge.
Okay. Paul, do you recall this being a thing for the water department?
No, I'm okay with what Chris said. I don't see any problem with it. They're paying for it privately. End of story for me. That's fine.
Okay. All right.
Well,
I mean, the owner of the property had insurance on the property, right? Does the insurance cover this?
No, it's gonna have to be out of pocket.
I don't know. Discussion? What do you think, Eric? Paul, you guys are the senior people with experience here.
I don't know about Charlton's history. I'm relying on Chris, but I do know that on projects I've been involved with in Milford especially, this is typically the way it's done.
So there would not be any tie-in fee. They hook up the houses, and the only tie-in Charlton's responsible for it, or Southbridge actually, is the tie-in on the main road. Is that correct?
I wouldn't be surprised if the contractor does that and it's over, it's inspected by the Southbridge.
Yeah, that should all be included in the construction.
So we're out zero money.
We're out
Correct.
zero money. Yeah, and we will get the income or a fraction of the income for the water sales for the next
From Southbridge, right?
100 years. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So I move to waive the privilege fees for the project on Griffin Road. And I'd like to list, Sue, the properties that are included here. Yeah.
I have a question. How much is the privilege fee that we're waiving?
For a single family water connection, $24.47.16
Okay.
for a single family home. I don't know what businesses are up there.
Thank you.
Is Southbridge still getting an $1,800 connection fee? Or has that changed?
I
I missed
think
that.
it changes by the size of the pipe.
Okay.
And it's like, Paul, if I could, it's likely they are going to get their connection fees for all of those services that go in. I don't know if the applicant has discussed that with them, but that's typically what we see, but in our side of things, if they were to connect as part of this project, then they wouldn't be assessed. Let's say that they opt not to tie in at this point in time and don't have the tie-in go in as part of this project. Anyone that would come in after the fact would be liable to pay that privilege fee after the fact.
How many properties are involved? 8 or 10 or something like that? Or
Roughly off the top of my head, there's about 10 residences and 2 businesses.
okay,
The businesses, are they owned by you or your dad?
Yes, the buildings are, but the businesses that are in there are not ours. They just rent the 2 garages from us.
So I was forwarded 1, 2, 3,
Well, looking at the signed signatures, it looks like it's only about 7 or
6.
6, right?
I counted 6.
So if it's 10, so we still have people who haven't signed to say they agree to tap in. So what about if they decide not to?
My motion included, I think, the 6 letters that we had, so I think if there are others that are approved, we should, make sure they get in by some date, or after that date, this motion would not apply. Kyle, do you know that if there are more letters?
From what my dad said, he said everybody who has to sign has signed. He didn't really give me much information before he left for vacation, so. But last I heard from him, he said we got all the signatures that were needed, and we were good to go.
When's
And
he
we
back?
have them all right now?
We only have 6.
Because the ones past that are more uphill past us wouldn't need anything because they weren't contaminated. So it would just be the ones with lower elevation.
When's your dad back from vacation?
He will be back for Saturday.
Chris, do you know how many potential tie-ins there are on that stretch?
I don't. I could check it out right now. So just give me a moment.
Yeah, so including his house, there's 5 below him, and I think he has to do the one just past him. And then there's a daycare on the street as well.
Is the daycare one of the letters?
I didn't physically see the letter, so I'm not sure. He handled all that. So I'm not 100% sure who signed and who didn't.
Okay.
I got 7, 8, 9, 12, and 18. Oh, and 30. And one of them says, please see backside.
I know, there was no backside.
So Kyle, right now my motion is that we waive the betterments or the privilege fees for all the letters that we have. We
To
only have
date.
6 letters. And so if you want the full abatement for everybody, then you probably gotta get those letters over to us.
All right. Yeah, I can talk to him tonight and see who hasn't signed or who refused. And then we can go from there.
And
Is
if they did refuse, could we give that letter with their signature stating that they refused?
Saying that they didn't want it. Yes, ma'am.
Is it possible to amend the motion to also apply preemptively to anyone else who signs later?
I don't think we want to do that.
No, because then what if he doesn't want to, what if he doesn't do the work? Then we're on the hook to do the work for free. We'll give the 6 addresses that we have, and that's all we can go with at this time.
I was thinking, Tom, that maybe we give it tell them that, to the 15th or some
Yeah.
date that allows them to, get the paperwork together. I don't want to penalize one of the one of the people who signed and gave it to Kyle's dad, and that's, the paperwork's just
Okay.
missing,
All right,
so.
all right, so make the motion that, once we get all the paperwork, we'll vote on it. Yeah,
We could do that
Yeah.
too, we could just,
Is
We
there
postpone it.
urgency where it has to get done this meeting, or is it not a big deal if it's delayed a month?
It's not a big deal to us. He wouldn't start until September or later anyways.
Okay.
All
Um,
right.
So it's not a massive deal.
all right, so let's put it off for a month, and Kyle, if you could get us all the paperwork, that'd be great.
All right.
Everyone that wants to be on it.
All right. So you want all the houses, whether they say yes or refuse, and we'll get them into
And businesses.
and
and
business. Yep. Yeah. The two are from him, so he would technically sign for those because he's the owner anyway.
But
But I
in-
will make sure.
He's the owner now, but I'm just trying to think like in the future, 20 years down the road, I'd like to have everything covered. So,
Right, yes, we would need the businesses too.
yes,
So like just the owner of whoever signs the lease there or whatever.
Well, the owner of the building,
yeah,
Right. That's us.
okay,
Yeah. We own the buildings.
so you're gonna hook up to the, then, right?
Yes.
All right, so we would need, signature from you guys too, saying that. you're-
Right. That is 12 and 18, or
Oh, okay,
I think you said those two numbers already. Or
yeah, 12, 18 and 12 and 18 are on there.
13, 9, 8, and 7,
And then 30.
12, 18, 30.
all right, so his are 17 and 19. So those are would be the two that are missing then. He didn't sign for
Yeah,
himself.
I don't see those.
And his own house is 26.
yeah.
So he got everyone else's signatures and didn't sign for himself, it seems to me.
Okay, so let's
Because-
get those in, and,
All right.
we'll do it next month.
Because I just looked at the map and counted the buildings. There's only 9 properties. So if you have 6, he would be the other 3.
Okay,
Yeah. And there's a bunch of empty lots. I'm looking at the tax map. It
I
might
was
be like
just gonna
19.
ask that.
Yeah, I think there's 19 lots there.
Yep, we own all of them. He would only tie into the existing buildings that are there now
Okay.
that have the contamination in them.
Yeah,
But if
Chris,
you're
you
gonna
know,
run a
I
main
think-
up the road, you should drop stubs at every available property, no?
I was gonna ask Chris if that was, Chris, you did the plans for it?
Yes.
Are there taps and curbs on the property lines for the?
Yeah,
vacant
there were
lots?
curb stops put to every, and it's stopping, it doesn't continue out, but it stops after the last residential property and ends on the commercial, on the property line of the commercial. But yes, there are stubs on all of the all of the residential properties and commercial
Okay.
properties.
All right, so if those get sold and developed, then some future date, they would come to us for a privilege fee
Mhm.
separately. Okay.
I have a side question though. What are the plans to resolve or remove the contamination? Is there anything like that that is planned? Or is something that we cannot do anything about?
It's PFAS. It's literally everywhere.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know that you can move it. It's
Okay.
gonna move itself naturally, but yeah, almost
how
every
long?
town in Massachusetts that tests for it finds it.
Yeah, he was just on the hook from a prior thing. So they saw it, and then with the scrapyard being there, they came after us for that.
So reduce
Okay.
exposure is a big thing here. Reduce exposure through ingestion of the drinking water for all on private wells there. So
So I made a motion, but there was no second, so I think we can just move on and put this on a schedule for another day.
So just to recap, we're pushing off until next month, till August meetings, so that we can have all of the properties listed
All right.
in motion.
And you
Right.
want Larry to do separate ones for every address, correct? So he'd have 3 for himself.
Yes, please.
Okay. We can handle that.
Because that'll be listed in the motion.
Okay.
So do we need a separate motion to put it off a month?
No, it just goes
No.
to next month.
All right.
Would that be on the 8th or the second week of the month, or is it the
The
first?
first Wednesday of the month.
All right, perfect.
Yes, this one was unusual.
Yeah, push back. Yep.
We have a
Yeah.
new member who was
Be the-
appointed literally yesterday.
All right. And Larry will be back for that, so if you need any extra information, he would be here.
It'll be August
Should be
5th.
the
August
5th.
5th, okay.
And for the next order of business,
Thanks,
Good night.
Kyle.
Yep, thank you guys.
Have a good week.
Thank
Have a
you.
good week.
Bye.
and for the next order of business, I believe that would be water and sewer office renovation
Nope.
proposal.
We missed one.
Yep,
Is that nine? Oh, that was Griffin Road. Right.
yep.
Night City Depot
City-
Road
City
water
Depot.
privilege fee. Right. That is the next topic.
Yes, that's for me. Randy LeBeau. I own the property at 9 City Depot Road. I did speak to the Board of Health, and he did give me the thumbs up that I could tie in just George's Pizza on the end.
Excellent. All right, so how do we, so now you don't own the building, do you? Randy,
own-
you the owner? Okay, so a separate pipe needs to be laid just to the pizza place, correct?
It's already run through the entire building. We already have a tie-in spot. We met with the inspector. They already did the pressure test and everything. It's a single line that runs through the building to the pizza shop, which would allow me to stay on my well because I own the Charlton Laundromat. So
Okay, so you're still running off the well, the pizza place will be hooked up and nothing will be backfed to the laundromat, correct? So it'll just be the pizza place, all right?
yes,
And
Has
that's already
somebody
done, you
a
said?
yes. The copper line has already been run through the building through EW Graves out of Auburn, and then Soper is going to be the one who is going to be tying us in.
And somebody's done a cross connection review, making sure that there's no chance that your well water gets into our drinking water.
I think you guys should recommend a backflow prevention device on that new water line.
Well, if everything's separate, if there's a separate line going to the pizza place, how would that happen?
Human error.
Yeah, if it was one building, those pipes were probably connected someplace inside the walls that you don't know about. It's
Oh, I see, right. Okay,
so so we're probably talking about the tie-in fee, right? Has that been discussed? Do we know what that number is?
I have no calculations for just the pizza parlor. Chris, do you have anything ready?
So after the last meeting, I was notified that that property is connected to sewer. It does have a sewer use meter.
Yeah.
So I had taken the values for the past because typically we're looking at assessments based upon the Title V values, design flows, and then calculating the assessment. And as you're aware, I went through that exercise in a letter to the commission back in May, and that took all the Title V flows and used the privilege fee calculation, 60% of that. Now, given that we were presented with actual sewer use meter readings for that establishment, I was able to evaluate the gallons per day, the average gallons per day. And currently, over the past 6 years, from 2020 to 2026, they're averaging about 1,000 gallons per day of usage, 996 over the 6 years, if we want to be exact. Okay, so if we're looking, so that being said, if the commission was open to that you're using, which, and I believe that this sewer use, an actual sewer use meter reading has been used for assessments in the past. You could look at the privilege fee based upon that 996 and assess this property using your privilege fee factor and potentially get this whole building connected using that factor, which would be basically 5 EDUs at close to 5 EDUs. And now if I look at Title V design flows for just the pizza restaurant, it's a restaurant. Title V, the minimum Title V flow for a restaurant is 1,000 gallons per day. So you're pretty much dead even with both of those assessments, whether you're just going to tie in one or tie in the whole building using this sewer use meter. If that makes any sense, or if you have any questions, I could further explain that away.
And is a single EDU privilege fee the $8,300?
No, a single use privilege fee for the water is for each 200 gallons. It is $2,447.16.
And the pizza place would be using 1,000 gallons.
So when we're assessing the EDUs, your privilege fee policy was to take Title V design flow rate, right? Times it by 0.6. So I guess it'd be a little bit less than that. So that would give you, and for a restaurant, for a pizza restaurant, and for any restaurant, the minimum Title V design flow rate is 1,000 gallons per day. So if you did 0.6 times that, you would be at 600. That would be, and then now you're at 3 EDUs. So, but if you were to take the full, now if you were going to defer back to the sewer use meter, right, which we're saying over the past 6 years, the average gallon per day flow has been 996. For an additional 2 EDU assessment, he could tie in his whole building.
Okay.
What's the number again? What's the 200 gallon tie-in fee for water?
It's $2,447.16.
So if we use the Title V at the $1,000 rate just for the pizza restaurant, what would his fee be?
Okay, so yeah, so the policy says 0.6 of the Title V design flow rate, which would give you 600. 600 times
73.41.
73.41. Yeah.
Just for the pizza place tie-in.
Just for the pizza place tie-in. Yeah. $7,341.
And for the entire building, based on
12,000,
meter
yeah.
usage, it'd be
$12,193. Yeah. Yeah.
But then there was the question of affordability of the quarterly bills.
So if you look at, so you can pretty much at 996 gallons per day, you could calculate the water usage rates at that point in time. We're not talking about an excessive amount of water.
I have a rough estimate of around $700 a quarter. Does that sound correct?
700 at 9? Yes, it's probably right in that area. Yeah.
Is that for the whole building, Vinny?
Yes, that was what we calculated off of the wastewater meter.
Okay. All right, so tie in the pizza place is 73.41, and tie in the whole building is 12 what?
12,235 and some change.
Okay. What do you think of that, Randy?
I think if I could just tie the pizza shop in, that would be my best bet. that's the most affordable route for me to go. You know, I'm not gaining any money off of tying them in at all. I'm doing this all out of my own cost. So
Yep.
if I could just tie them in, that would be the best route for me if you guys would allow it.
I mean, if we can do that, then we can do that. And I think we need to do what Vinny requested, some way to make sure if there is a connection after our connection point that is with the well, we need to protect the well from getting into the water system.
Yeah.
The other way around. We want to protect the public water supply from the well.
That's what I mean. That's what I meant.
So what we're looking for, Randy, is you'd have to have your plumber put a backflow prevention device on that new water line, and then you'd have to have it certified on a regular schedule. And I'm sure Chris could help you out with that. He knows a lot about backflow prevention.
The Southbridge Water Department would be the one that's going to inspect this connection, and also part of their requirements is that they do the semi-annual testing on that. So so again, using this, you're also talking about an additional $150, you know, another $150 a year you'll be paying for testing of that device, just so you know, that's through the Southbridge Water Department. So that's just to keep that in mind.
And that fee is $150 for the whole year.
It's and that's subject to change, Brandy. So it's typically $75 a test, and it's a semi-annual test. So twice a year they'll test that device.
Okay.
So the
But
annual
they'll still-
cost with the water and that charge will be around $3,000. 700 a quarter plus 150.
The 700 was based on the full building. The pizza shop's
Oh.
gonna be a lot less than that $700.
Okay. So what's to prevent, how's the commission gonna know 10 years from now that Randy sells a property and some guy goes, just tie these, there's already water right here, I just need to connect these pipes, shut my well off. Do we have any other properties in town that are a single building is partially served by town water and partially served by?
I was on a call with the Board of Health, and he told me there's several of them in town. I couldn't think of any, but I don't know every building in town.
Could we get a report from the health department to see exactly which ones they are?
I can request that.
We should probably go check and see if those buildings have been sold and what's back to happen.
So do all of the buildings, are they on file so we can just see which ones for any point in the future?
I doubt it. They were all done, they were probably all done like this.
Yeah,
You know, one
exactly.
meeting that nobody else remembers, but
Can we start building a list or something? Or if we built a list, where would we just have a file somewhere that keeps track of all the buildings with the setup?
yeah, I don't know. Chris, is this something that you think there's a lot of precedent for, or is this an odd thing to you?
If I mean, again, if the health department is going to allow it, this seems unique to me. I really have never come across a situation like this. So if the health department were to allow it, I think there has to be some consideration from what Eric says. I mean, one change of the well pump, you know, is going to be up to that $12,000 to $15,000. You know, I just don't see, again, and I'm not paying the quarterly bill on this. But if there's ever a change of use there, that's going to be something else that both the owner and the commission is going to want to ensure it gets reported to them, because now you could be running into the same situation where you have you know, some other use happening that's on a private unregulated well. So I haven't seen it before, but if the Board of Health says it's there, potentially it is.
Yeah, I haven't seen it before either, which is why I'm bringing it up.
I haven't seen it, and I worked in a town for the water department with thousands of customers.
But so besides the point of someone in the future taking the water, but the backflow preventer will definitely prevent the flow of well water back into the water system, correct?
Correct. Yes, that's why I recommended that for the commission.
Okay, I think that definitely needs to be part of it.
I think Southbridge will, it'll be a big concern for Southbridge as well. And that might be the next step, right? Will Southbridge allow that kind of thing?
Yeah, will they have to give their approval?
Yeah, they manage the system.
Okay. So do we want to vote on hooking up the pizza place with a backflow preventer pending Southbridge Water approving it?
You make the motion.
Okay, I make a motion to hook up Mr. LeBeau's property pizza restaurant to the water supply, including a backflow preventive gauge, and I guess pending approval of Southbridge Water for the privilege fee of $73.41, if that number is correct,
And 48 cents.
and 48.
Do we have a second?
I'll second it for discussion purposes.
And is there any discussion? Hearing none, I believe it is time for a roll call vote.
Mr. Senso,
Aye.
Mr. Groton,
Nay.
Mr. Thomas Coleman,
Aye.
Mr. Robert Coleman. You muted yourself, Robert.
Nay. Nay.
And Mr. Gagner.
I have to abstain.
You do.
Oh. See,
So we have 2 yeses and 2 nos.
to continue the discussion, Scranton, could you elaborate on your concerns?
I appreciate the fact that that it's a lot of money and he's trying to reduce the cost. I get that, and I believe in that. I just think that it's a dangerous precedent to start allowing a public water system to connect to a private water system in ways that just are not in line with the way I understand most public water systems operate. So I'd be surprised if Southbridge is okay with it. And I just think it's a bad precedent to set.
Well, are we setting a precedent here? How
Not
how
yet.
unprecedented is it? I mean, because if there are some buildings that are in a similar way, would that be I mean, how new is this? I understand that there's not a lot of experience from people here, but it's not necessarily setting a new precedent if other areas have it.
I've installed backflows and water meters in about 30 towns and I've never seen it. So if the Board of Health says there's some in this town, fine. But I guess on my watch, it's a no. And I actually think it's a public health issue,
What about we get the approval from Sawbridge and then we vote on it again? See what they say. If they will allow it.
Vinny, who would reach out to Southbridge to see if they would allow it?
Yeah.
I mean, I can reach out, Randy could reach out, his contractor. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of people capable.
Okay,
I'd be more comfortable if it was you, just so that the full story
Yeah.
gets told.
I have a memo to email them in the morning.
I just want to like recap at the beginning of the meeting. This property is on that road that is going to be repaved.
His is already out of the road.
Okay,
okay. And Vinny, can we reach out to the health department if they, I mean, they say, yeah, there's other ones on with both. I mean, let's get some proof that that's actual true statement.
Yeah, I have a note to do that as well.
Okay, thank you.
Can we reach out to other towns and ask them if they have any experience with
It doesn't
this?
matter, Bob. I don't think it matters.
Yeah, because that would just be their policies.
Right. We make our own.
Okay, now, even if we don't make a final decision today, I think, given the fairly abrupt nature of the cost, perhaps we could consider financing as an alternative if the dual water system doesn't work out.
What was the initial tie-in fee for the property?
43,000 or so with the Title V numbers.
Right, and just so you know, I understand that Title V numbers are conservative and, don't represent actual flow rates that, that houses or businesses often use. It's a conservative number. And here we're saying, okay, we understand it's a conservative number. We're going to give you, the actual numbers, which are, lower. But towns and businesses that don't have the benefit of having water meters don't have that opportunity to cut their rate. And so, the privilege fees are based on the Title V usage. It's conservative. The tie-in fee number is a little bit lower because we have a kind of an inflated estimate of their usage. And here we're giving a fairly steep discount already. So I think that, kind of making these additional compromises to what I think is potentially, future public safety thing is, we've gone a long way here in reducing this fee.
If I could add something too, I just want to throw my personal thing out there, but I bought this property trying to clean up that area of Charlton. I'm trying to make it nicer. I'm adding businesses. If I have to pay the water fee for the laundromat and the two store, and we're going to have a third store going in, just based off that, I work 7 days a week. I will probably have to sell this business if that's even possible, because the pizza shop has to get tied in. So I legitimately probably will not be able to afford the building if I have that additional water fee in for the entire building and the tie-in fee. I'll have to close the doors and leave this business behind. So that's just something I want to throw out there. I mean, I'm a small business owner. I live off of my military disability right now. My business only produces such a small amount of money that if I tie in the water for all four businesses, I just want to throw that. I'm probably going to have to give this property back to Paul Gagner.
Are there 4 businesses there?
We're planning on putting a barber shop in, which will be the 4th.
Yeah, is that on the well side or on the
It'll be in the backside of the laundromat. So
Yeah,
I
so
would be able to
3
tie well into it.
Yeah, so 3 of the 4 businesses are on the well, and the 4th, the pizza place, is the only one. Yeah.
In my laundromat, I mean, between the entire building, I bring home maybe 50,000 a year working 6 days a week. So that's not a lot of money. And I have a ton of expenses on top of that. So another, whatever the water bill is plus the tie-in fees. I mean, I'm not a big corporation. I'm a small guy. I'm I don't make a whole lot of money, so I'm just throwing throwing that out there.
Yeah, I get it.
And that's all I had to say. But
Well, I think talking to the town of Southbridge to see if they'll, if they don't have the same concerns as me, then you might have 3 votes.
okay,
All right, so we'll continue this till next month.
All right, so it will be at the next meeting at the first Monday of the month. Usually it's the first
Wednesday.
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 First Wednesday of the month. Usually but today's meeting, as said before, is unusual in its date because it got rolled back a week.
Okay.
And
All right,
the
thank you, Randy. Hopefully we get some more answers for next month.
thank you.
All right.
so the next issue, what was
Office
this?
renovations.
Right, office water and sewer office renovation proposal.
All right, so at the last meeting, Mr. Groton asked where we were gonna get the funding from. I reached out to Ashley. She said we can pull it from O&M, and then we can move money from the I&I account to cover if there's any shortages. But I think we should put this on hold, seeing as how the person who was working down here no longer works here, and yeah.
And is there still talk about finding a spot at the town hall for the replacement?
I,
Did you know there was talk?
That's outside of the circles I move in, so.
there was, I don't know if it's been continued.
Okay,
So are we placing this on, only because I want to let the contractor know?
well, I
this
think,
Proposal?
I think we should just finish the conversation about whether or not there's a spot for the person in the town hall, and if there's not, then maybe we go forward with this so we can hold on to people down there. Can you, who at the town hall is gonna make a decision whether or not there's space?
I would think it would be Andrew,
Okay,
All
do we
right.
need to go see him?
or at least set up an appointment.
Can we reasonably expect this to be resolved before the next meeting? One way or the other? So we will know whether we'll have that basis on which to make a decision.
Yeah, can I have permission to go see Andrew
Oh, yes, yes.
on behalf of the, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I'll talk to Andrew, see if there's any chance that there's a space up there, and if not, I'll report back to the town, to the commission, and
Is
maybe.
is
this
it
comes
just for
back.
one person or is it for everyone that works down at the office at the water and sewer?
Just for one person, I think.
Oh, really? Okay,
I would think. Do you think the foreman has to? I would think that we still want the foreman down there.
I would think so.
okay.
I suppose it would be nice if we could have, even both people. It's just a question of trade-offs. But if the town has space, then we don't necessarily need to expend resources to create it down here in our spot.
All right, so Eric, you will see Andrew about this?
I'm gonna talk to Vinny and see Andrew.
Okay, awesome.
Next, I just want to let you know that Chris commented that he had to run out, he had to leave the meeting.
Okay, next item on the list, privilege fee discussion.
I've gotten nowhere. I need to talk to Ashley to see if she's had a chance to look at the costs, the cost assumptions that were in that spreadsheet.
Okay. And next topic, McClure Engineering Water System Status Update.
Yeah, yeah, he had to leave the
He's gone.
meeting.
All right, and monthly project updates from Vinny.
So the real one, I mean, aside from everything else that we've already kind of talked about here, was the North Main Street pump station generator. Last meeting I brought up, I had reached out for quotes to get pricing for oil tanks, and I didn't have them ready for the meeting, and I have the numbers. I don't have the quotes out to you guys for all of them. So FM Generator quoted us $9,377 for a 50-gallon day tank that would go inside the station. Charlton Oil Company quoted us $4,650. I think it's a 210-gallon tank. It's one of those Rothstein tanks. They're double walled. They put them outside. And LeBlanc Oil quoted us $5,200 for the same thing as Charlton Oil. So in my opinion, Charlton Oil is the best bang for the buck.
And that's gonna hold the diesel for the pump station?
Correct.
Is the more expensive option based off of greater experience or quality assurance, or do they have anything sticking out that would?
So the expensive option is a smaller tank that goes down inside the station. It's a real professional tank. Like, it's made to be mounted in the station. My opinion is we don't need that. We could get away with one of these double-walled exterior tanks.
So it's
I
just
don't see the value in buying a $9,000 50-gallon tank.
How long would 50 gallons last on the generator, Vinny?
Well, we could ask Veolia because they ran it out a few times when it was 50 gallons.
Yeah, that seems kind of short.
It is. Most of these generators have between 100 and 300 gallon tanks.
Okay.
So the quotes we have from Charlton Oil and LeBlanc Oil, they're right in the ballpark of what we would need.
So how much land is the above ground tank going to take up? Or were we using it for anything else?
Small. It has a footprint of probably 24 inches by 48.
So for thousands of dollars per however many square feet, is there anything of value that we could have otherwise gotten out of the land, or is it just open area? I mean, is this,
No.
so it's not exactly prime real estate worth the.
No, it's not usable. It's blacktop. They're gonna have to cut the blacktop and pour a concrete pad to set the tank on.
And despite that, it's still going to be cheaper.
Yes.
All right.
And a bigger
That-
tank.
That's a fully encompassing price. That's them pouring a concrete pad, mounting the tank, running the lines.
Sounds like a better deal.
It does.
I move to accept the Charlton Oil diesel tank for $46.50.
I second.
All right, roll call vote. Mr. Asenso,
Aye.
Mr. Groton,
Aye.
Mr. Thomas Coleman,
Aye.
Mr. Robert Coleman,
Aye.
Mr. Gagner.
I,
Okay. And that concludes all of our business. One last call. Is there any other business that anybody seeks to discuss?
Oh, I have one question about, I think to Vinny, I saw you sent an email about a password change that cost 700. Can you clarify that a little bit for us?
Yeah, so because Veolia has had turnover, they've been calling in the service to change the passwords on the computers. and we get stuck with the bills for it. So I actually got them to pay one of them, and another one, they actually had other work done on the computer, so it wasn't clearly spelled out.
And it costs $700 to change a password? Is that the normal?
Yeah. So
rate?
it's on a SCADA system, which is the system that operates the whole facility. And the guys that program them, they're kind of specialized. There isn't many of them around, so they really charge what they're worth.
So Vinny, we're gonna get hit again, right? Because they're gonna have a new project manager coming in.
From the sounds of it, they're not going to bring another one in. Shane's just going to run both projects.
Okay.
And that's something else. The contract states they're supposed to have 3 employees on site every day. It's not every day they're meeting that criteria.
So what can we do about that? What are our options?
It might just be something to think about when it comes time to review all the bids that come in.
Do we get a discount on their services? If they don't have 3 people?
I think that was mentioned somewhere.
I mean, how many people are down there now?
Well, there's Zach, the full-time guy, and then they have an operator with a grade 7 here every day, so that makes 2. But they don't have a project manager, which the town pays a premium to have an
Yeah.
on-site project manager. Although Shane does a great job, he's really thorough. But it's still, the town's paying for an on-site project manager.
And so is there a repercussion we can get some money back from Veolia?
Be worth talking about.
Okay. Who
Can
do
we
we
get
talk
a,
to?
yeah, sorry.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was asking if you can get like a schedule of attendance for, so that when it comes to baby, we can have evidence that, hey, this are the people that showed up every time.
They have an operator's log that they should be keeping track of who's here with. I never review it, but when I managed a facility, I kept track of who was here every day.
Is it available to us to look at?
Everything should be available to us.
Okay. Maybe I'll head down there tomorrow or Friday and take a look at it with you.
Sure.
Are you in Friday and Thursday?
Yes.
Okay. All right, I'll touch base with you.
And then there's another matter of the RFP, several bidders requested lab data. And contractually, the lab data is the town's property. And Veolia has not made it available. Now, they have gone through changes, so it's difficult to make it available, but
When you
we've been refused the data.
talk about lab data, are you talking about what is attached to the invoices?
No,
Oh, okay.
no, the actual raw lab data is the town's data. It's in section 1.09 in the contract. And I asked 2 project managers and now a third for this data, and we haven't been provided it.
The new guy has refused you?
Well, he didn't outright refuse me, but he just never provides it. So,
Is that still in the list of questions that the contractors have
well,
supplied? Is
I sent the reply back that the current contractor hasn't provided it yet, but it has been asked of me quite a few times. It's in the written questions. And I've reached out to each of the project managers as they came through, and nobody's provided it. Unfortunately, I didn't request it in email every time because
have you talked to Zach? Have you talked to Zach?
I have not asked Zach yet.
So how many email requests have gone out?
1 email, and I have text records from the other ones.
All right. Well, it's in writing.
Should the commission send an email to them, and who would we send it to request the lab data?
Yeah.
We'd send it to Zach. I can draft that.
Would you mind? I appreciate that.
I met him at the tour. He's a great guy. I bet he'd get that thing turned around in a day.
Yeah, he really is nice, and he knows what he's doing. So yeah, when he gets back from vacation, he'd probably help us out.
He's on vacation now.
Yes.
So does Eric just send the email out himself, or do we authorize him to send it out specifically on behalf of the commission as a whole?
I think he can do it on his own, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
just,
I'm not making a policy or decision on behalf of the
Yeah.
commission. I'm just
right.
asking. I've done things like that before.
I want it carry more weight if it comes from the commission.
I don't think it needs to be weighty, though. I think he's probably going to get the response necessary.
Yeah, if
That's
any
just my
commissioner
reading of the
does it.
situation.
We'll see, we'll see.
Yeah.
We can send,
I think Zach is probably in a position where he cares whether they get the next contract. And is probably incentivized and motivated to, to provide better service to the town of Charlton.
if we don't have what we want by the next meeting, we can, I guess, escalate and send something on behalf of the full commission, perhaps, pass a motion or whatnot, but I don't think that will be necessary.
I hope not.
Is there anything else that anybody seeks to discuss?
Just, Sue, when I know that you're gonna get the warrants signed tomorrow by Robert. Do you want other people to come down and sign the minutes, and if so, when?
It's not just, the minutes, and I need the 3 signatures for the FY 27 senior abatements. I need 3 for that too.
At
Are
the
you
town
ready as
hall,
early
or
as tomorrow?
Okay, one at a time. I miss Tom, what did you say?
are you at the town hall or down at the water?
Tomorrow I'm going to start my day and I'm going to be down at the plant for 7:45. So that Veolia can grab the handheld meter reader and get back out there. So I'm there tomorrow at 7:45.
Thank you.
Same question.
Okay, great. There is a little, Mr. Robert Coleman, there is a little time crunch because it is the end of the fiscal year and I need to get bills up to the powers that be ASAP. So if you wouldn't mind swinging by first thing,
Is the earliest 7:45?
7:40, why don't you give me 7:46 so I can unlock the door?
All right. All right. Is there any other business that anybody seeks to discuss?
Motion to adjourn.
Second,
Tom, you seconded?
I did.
Okay, great. Okay, next meeting, August 5th.
Yeah.
All right. Everyone have a great week.
Thank
You
you.
too.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Be safe.
Bye, guys.
All right, motion to adjourn.
Oh, I'm sorry, roll call vote from motion to adjourn, sorry. Mr. Senso,
Aye.
I was so eager to leave. Mr. Senso, Mr. Groton,
Aye.
Mr. Thomas Coleman,
Aye.
Mr. Robert Coleman,
Aye.
Mr. Gagner.
Aye.
All right, now we can go.